Well, I'm an economist. I studied economics. I got a master's in economics from the London School of Economics, and I worked as an economist at the Bank of England.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rach. Justin, very good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Mike. Great programme.
It never tires, that one, does it? I'm afraid, though, more bad news for Rachel Reeves. 3.8%, the highest inflation rate since January 2024, a 19-month high.
Yeah, she has to be the sort of opposite of Midas, really. Everything she touches does not turn to gold, it turns to dust. What she has to do is find ways of actually growing the economy. And she keeps saying it, but she keeps doing things which are stopping the economy.
Right.
So diametrically the opposite. And now we've got this issue over what you were talking just now about, the property tax as well. Again, this is something which is attacking wealth. There's nothing wrong with we must encourage wealth, because wealth allows people then to spend more. If they spend more, they pay tax. That's how the government gets more money. There seems to be this attitude that actually being rich is obviously a terrible thing to do, making wealth is a terrible thing to do. Look, let's get sensible here. The only way we're going to be able to really grow our economy is encouraging people to have the confidence to be able to go out, set up businesses, have a go, make money, employ people, and get them paid so they will pay tax on it. And also look at other things. This issue over what you're talking about with effectively the wealth tax on property. Get rid of stamp duty altogether and actually encourage people to move houses. Every time they move house, it's a great multiplier because when you move house, the kitchen goes, the bathroom goes, everything will be changed and adjusted because you do. And that employs more people. That will mean more income. That will mean more VAT being paid. And good heavens, Rachel will have some money coming in.
Well, she would, but I mean, it seems as though every single thing she tries doesn't actually result in raising any revenue because, you know, we saw the VAT on schools, on private schools, basically had the effect of kicking a load of people, 13,000, I think, children back into the state system, which meant some of them had to be driven around in taxis to get to a proper school that they could go to that had any room for them. And so they haven't really raised much money from that. They haven't really raised as much money from the non-doms as they thought they would because a lot of them decided to move away. A lot of people also in business have not hired anyone, so they haven't made much on the national insurance either. We've actually just got a statement from Rachel Reeves, literally just been issued about the inflation figures. She says this: "We have taken the decisions needed to stabilise the public finances, and we're a long way from the double-digit inflation we saw under the previous government, but there's more to do to ease the cost of living." Well, hang on. I mean, you know, the previous government and the double-digit inflation was all down surely to the Ukraine war, and they'd already brought it under control before the election.
Yeah, and as it is now, we're actually finding inflation going up again. And there's a fundamental point here. Stop squeezing the lemon to try and get more juice out of it. How about growing some more lemons to find other areas to do?
Yeah.
Actually be creative.
Or firing a few lemons from the government. That might be a good idea.
That. Yes, that's quite a bit. But there's an awful lot they can do in terms of actually making sure more business creation and that confidence is there. We know where the successful businesses are. We've got good high-tech businesses in high-tech centres. They can be actually given... They don't need to be given money. Give them tax breaks in terms of further investments. So the tax break would be actually getting capital in, which has got half 50% guarantee on it. It doesn't cost the government anything unless the company goes bust.
Right.
Some will, some won't. But what it'll mean is that it'll encourage more growth in those areas outside the southeast, and we'll be doing so at a cost of almost zero to the government. This isn't very difficult.
No. We've got a second paragraph for you from Rachel Reeves, which is my favourite. This is why we've raised the minimum wage, extended the £3 bus fare cap, expanded free school meals to over 500,000 more children, and are rolling out free breakfast clubs for every child in the country. Through our plan for change, we're going further and faster to put more money in people's pockets. Well, that's just rubbish, isn't it?
Well, I mean, having free breakfast clubs doesn't actually get too much extra money in people's pockets, unless they're, of course, actually they're going along and actually selling the breakfast.
Yeah, right.
And as for this issue of raising the minimum wage, they don't raise the minimum wage. It's the employers have to pay the minimum wage, not the government. So that doesn't actually help anything at all. Much better than actually try and make it easier for actually companies, an incentive for companies to be able to increase pay. Why? Well, because actually you get more confidence coming in that way. How could they afford it? Well, actually by being able to offset that against future tax in the future, and to be able to be more constructive with these sort of things and use more imagination. And also make taxation more positive by way of actually making it local, so you have some connection with the taxation, maybe infrastructure and things like that. actually then also getting people to participate in it, so actually own part ownership of things in the regions, such as maybe bridges or those sort of things, which can then be earning money and again connecting the local community. So there are those sort of elements which can be much more imaginative and constructive. They take time. Shorter term, though, what they can do, focus on the areas we're good at. Smaller companies, which are the biggest employer in the country, give them the breaks and actually say to them, I tell you what, for the next 4 years, you are not going to pay any corporation tax on your profits up to, say, make up a number, £1 million or something. Actually, to get that going, that will give people the incentive to sit there and say, yeah, we'll go and have a go at that. And not only that, heaven forfend, actually get overseas investors coming in here, not to come and stay in hotels, but to actually set up businesses.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good, wouldn't it? But the trouble is they don't seem to have any clue as to how to make any of that stuff work. Justin, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Justin Urquhart Stewart, economist, proper economist, by the way, talking about Rachel Reeves, who's basically said, we have taken the decisions needed to stabilise the public finances and we're a long way from the double-digit inflation we saw under the previous government. Well, they were a long way from the double-digit inflation they saw under their previous government because it was already stabilised by the time the election actually happened. She says there's more to do to ease the cost of living. Are you joking?